Good day, beautiful people. Today I am making some homemade minestrone soup. It's something that I like to take to lunch, and I've been buying it in the can lately because it's nice and easy. It's light and low calorie, and it tastes pretty good, and it's pretty filling. So I decided to make me a nice big pot for myself today, homemade. It's going to be made out of some penne and organic chickpea pasta. There's the non-GMO symbol there. So vegetable broth, carrots. I have some freshly made collard greens that I'm going to use, and some chickpeas, some dark red kidney beans, some celery, of course, and I'm going to make my homemade tomato base for the soup. So I'm going to go ahead and get this blended in the bullet and with some spring water, and go ahead and bring that to a boil with our celery. So I'm probably going to just fry the celery down a bit in some butter to get it a good nice flavor. So I'm going to wash these really well and chop them up. Go ahead and fry some, and I may put a little bit of fresh onion in there as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my base going, and after that my pasta will be boiling at the same time simultaneously, and I will mix everything together. So this is going to be a nice, easy, quick filling meal. It would be perfect for winter time when it rolls around again to feed your family, and it's delicious and it's healthy. Thank you. So our pasta is done. I'm just going to go ahead and strain this and rinse it off with some cool water, and go ahead and get my base going. I'm going to go ahead and get our base started and put some butter in there, some onion, celery, a pinch of salt, some crushed pepper flakes, garlic, onion powder. And I'm just going to do this little by little and to taste. I'm not adding a whole lot of this. I'm just going to get that all sauteed down a bit. I'm going to add in the collard greens. So now that we have that nice and sauteed down, we're going to add our tomato base that we prepared. And I'm going to get that to a boil and go ahead and let that thicken up. So that has boiled down a bit. Now we have our kidney beans I'm going to add in. I did pour off probably half of the liquid off of the beans. We have our chickpeas, and I also poured off most of the aquafaba off of the chickpeas as well. If you want, you can add some string beans. I did see string beans, or sweet peas if you like also. And these are our carrots. I'm going to leave all of the liquid on the carrots because that's going to add into the liquid that the soup is going to need. And this is nice and colorful, the way food should be. Look at that. The minestrone is coming together very nicely. I'm going to let that come to a boil. I am going to go ahead and add a can of green beans. Now, after this comes to a good boil, and it has a nice, you know, just a slightly thicker consistency, but it's not going to be very thick because it's a soup. Then I'm going to go ahead and add our penne chickpea pasta into this. I don't want the pasta to cook too much more because it has already boiled and softened. So I don't want it to be in here cooking for any longer than it has already cooked. So after this is completely done and I've taken it off the fire, I'm going to go ahead and add the pasta. And then at that point, when we are ready to eat it, you can just go ahead and warm it up at that point instead of having the pasta continuously cook throughout the whole process, and then you have extremely soggy pasta. So I'm just going to put the lid onto this and let this boil for about 10 minutes. It's not going to take very long at all. Most of these ingredients, well, all of these ingredients are canned except for the celery and our onion. So it's and the collard greens. But this is a pretty extremely easy, quick, hearty meal. Like I said before, it's very healthy, low calorie, low sodium, just depending on what you put in it. You can put any type of seasonings or vegetables in this, or types of beans or lentils you want, and it'll all blend very well. Okay, so now our soup has boiled down a great bit, and we are going to add our penne in. Just give this a good stir. And our soup is done. You can add as much liquid as you want. I used water and vegetable broth, and I'm going to probably add a little bit more in here because this is pretty thick. But if you don't want to, you could just leave it the way it is and, you know, have yourself a nice meal. I want to thank you all for watching so very much, and I pray that this was helpful to you.